Hey folks, thanks for tuning back into the Colonial Airstream YouTube channel. Joe Welch is here, and we are back with another service tech tip video. Today we're going to become propane pros. We're going to explore everything you need to know about propane safety, usage, and troubleshooting for your Airstream. Are you ready? Let's get started. So what makes propane so essential for your Airstream adventures? Well, it powers your stove, it heats your Airstream on cold nights, and it's even going to keep your water warm. So it's easy to transport and it's available across the country. So basically, propane is the life of the party. Before you embark on your journey, it's essential to have your propane tanks filled and ready to go. Let me share some tips to ensure that you're fully prepared for your trip. Most Airstream travel trailers will have 2 propane tanks mounted on the hitch. It's always a good idea to start your adventure with both of these tanks full. You can find propane refill stations at gas stations, big box stores, camping supply stores, and even at the Airstream mothership in Jackson Center, Ohio. To find refill stations near you, just do a quick internet search or use apps specifically designed to locate them. Remember, propane is relatively inexpensive and easy to find, so you'll never have to worry about running out on your adventures. First, let's talk about safety. When it comes to transporting your propane tanks, safety should always be your top priority. Let me share a few essential tips to ensure a safe and a worry-free journey. First and foremost, make sure that you close both the propane valves whenever you're in motion. So anytime you're hitching or unhitching. Closed valves prevent propane from leaking while you're on the move and ensuring a safer trip for you and your fellow travelers. It's also important to perform regular maintenance and visual inspections of your Airstream's propane system. Check your hoses, your lines, and your connections at least twice a year for wear, debris, or any creepy crawlers that might have made a home near your tanks or your lines. Trust me, spiders love the smell of propane. Now let's talk about some of the most important safety devices in your Airstream, your fire, propane, and carbon monoxide detectors. These handy little devices are essential for keeping you and your loved ones safe on your adventures. Airstream installs these detectors in every unit to ensure your safety. Make it a habit to test them before you hit the road. A simple press of the test button will let you know if they're working properly. Let's say you followed everything I said up until this point, and now you're at your campground and you're ready to cook dinner, but your stove won't light. Don't worry, I'm here to help you troubleshoot those pesky propane flow issues. First of all, double check that both of the valves on your tanks are open. It's easy to forget, and sometimes the attendant refilling your propane tanks may forget to reopen the valves after filling them. Also, you should assume, especially if the coach has been sitting for a long time, that there is air trapped in the lines. So you might need to leave that valve open for a little while on the stove and keep trying to ignite for a while until that air clears from your lines. If you're having issues with your propane heating system, so your furnace, it's a little bit more difficult to diagnose. I would say you definitely want to light your stove first and get a consistent flame out of it before you go and cycle the furnace to turn on. One of the things we'll see if we're getting a constant blow and shut off is sometimes if your tank's really low, you're not getting 10 inches of water column from the LP lines, which is what that propane furnace is required to have to see before it allows itself to ignite and run. So one of the things to check if you're constantly clicking on and off and it's not actually igniting is to make sure that you have a full tank supplying that propane furnace. Lastly, let's talk about your Airstream's automatic gas regulator. This nifty device allows for seamless switchover when your first tank runs empty. To make sure that it's working correctly, rotate the knob on the top front side towards the tank that you would like to use first. Keep an eye on this indicator. It should turn bright green when that tank is full, and it should drop out to red when it's time to refill that propane tank. Also on this unit, you can see that it's been upfitted with gas stop valves. You can also use this to check the level of propane in your tank, and God forbid there was a leak in your system, this valve would actually shut and not allow for propane to continue into the unit if you had a leak inside or on the outside of the unit. Now here comes the fun part, using your propane. So you've got your propane system working smoothly, and now it's time for some outdoor cooking. So you might be wondering, why carry around extra propane tanks or small canisters when we already have propane on our Airstream? Well, guess what? You don't have to. For stoves and grills that use small propane canisters, all you're going to need is a low pressure adapter, and most late model Airstreams already come with an external LP port on the hitch. Simply get a quick connect hose to attach a variety of small propane appliances to, and you're good to go. So there you have it, our quick guide to propane safety and usage in your Airstream. Now let's keep those adventures rolling and the propane flowing. We would really appreciate everyone clicking that like button and subscribing if they haven't already. And find more of our content over at our TikTok channel. And if you have any questions or you found this video helpful, please leave us a comment below or reach out to us at colonialairstream.com. My name is Joe Welches, and I look forward to seeing you all again in the next Colonial Service Tech Tip video.